Hello and welcome everyone, Benjamin Carano here with part 12 of the mountain bike series, and in today's video we're going to be installing the seat post tube, aka the dropper post for my mountain bike, as well as the seat post clamp and the seat. So without further ado, stay tuned and let's get to it. Everything needed in this video includes the seat post clamp, which I'll show you how to measure and figure out which seat post clamp you need, the seat post dropper post here, and for my dropper post I'm using one with a small lever underneath the seat rather than a cable that comes out the bottom and up to the handlebars. But you can use either, and I'll show you how to install the other one. Well, I'll explain how to install the other one if you don't have one with a lever here and it comes a cable through here to route up to the handlebars. You'll need the seat itself, and then your Allen wrench, and then obviously the bike with the seat tube. So starting off with determining what type of seat post clamp you'll need, you'll basically see that on this one it says 34.8 millimeters right there in white. So now that number refers to the measurement edge to edge of this tube, the outer diameter of the seat post tube. You can measure that, well, you could technically do it with a ruler, but I like to use calipers to actually measure the outer diameter of the tube. And I also told the bike company who I collaborated with to make this frame to basically make the tube that diameter to fit the standard dropper post and whatnot. So we're just going to take this seat post tube, clamp, and then we may have to loosen it up a little bit and then basically slide it right down over the seat post tube here. And then we can go ahead and slide in the dropper post with the seat on it and then adjust everything to the right height. Now, if you want to do a dropper post with a cable that actually gets adjusted from the handlebars, you'll see down here at the bottom of your frame, either here or at the way bottom, there will be a little external port here to run the cable from your dropper post out. So in my case, if I want a dropper post with a cable that runs up to the handlebars, I would run the cable out here, and then I would clip it onto this little clip, and then run it all the way up to a little lever on this side or this side, wherever you prefer, I guess, usually this side because the shifter is on the other side, to actually drop the seat post. But in my case, we can ignore this little hole as well as the clips here for the actual dropper post. So with that said, let's go ahead and put the seat post clamp onto the tube and then get the seat on the dropper post. So to attach the seat to the seat post tube or the dropper post, we're just going to take the dropper post, and it'll have these two kind of clamps here that go on these two rails underneath the seat. We're just going to open up those clamps and turn one of them so that it's facing, well, lengthwise, and then one of them width. We're going to go ahead and take the rails of the seat and rest them on the bottom one there. And then from behind, we're going to go ahead and bring that other rail over the top, just like so. And then you'll notice down in the bottom here of most dropper posts, there will be a little Allen head bolt right there that we can hold this top and then start screwing in that Allen head bolt. And I believe that is the 8mm Allen key, I'd like to say. Let's see if it is. Nope, it's going to be the next size down. Now we can go ahead and start tightening that up until things get relatively snug in here. So you can see here now that the post is mounted in place. We can actually turn it to face any direction we want. We can slide it back and forth. All of that can get adjusted after the fact. But right now I'm just going to put it in kind of a happy medium position, if you will, by sliding this bottom section down a little bit and tightening it the rest of the way. Alright, so now you can see that the seat post and the seat are now connected, and again, just loosening the Allen, you'll see these little teeth on the bottom here. The seat can tip up or down, and then it can slide back and forth. So those adjustments can be made after the fact. Now we can go ahead and insert the seat post tube. And you can see there that we rested the clamp down over there, and you'll see on your dropper post it'll say a little line that says minimum insert. This is basically the line that you'll have to go to as the very minimum line. So you want to make sure that that line at the very least is below. You don't want it to be any higher because these things are designed to have this line at least flush with the seat post tube clamp or below it. So we have to at least go down to there. Now we can basically hop on the bike, make sure that your dropper post is entirely raised up, so that we can have the top position of the post as high as we want it when we're sitting on the bike comfortably, so that when it drops, it'll give us as much clearance here to be doing downhill enduro riding and such. The whole purpose of a dropper post, basically. So adjust it as high as it'll go, put it to at least the minimum insert here, and then we can hop on the bike and adjust it to what we want it to be. So as you can see here with the seat post and the dropper post at the minimum insert, this thing is still way too high, almost as high as a horse. We will not be able to get on this and ride very safely. So in that case, we can already go ahead and press it way down. And then I can already see right here that this is getting really close, but I bought this seat post tube to be able to pretty much almost go all the way to the bottom here so that I have the full length of travel, so that I can actually go ahead and push it all the way down to have as much clearance as possible when riding downhill. So you can see here it's almost all the way down, but once we're on, I can pretty much hit the ground with my tippy toes. That's what we want ideally for when the seat post is all the way extended. So in that case, I can go ahead and tighten the seat post clamp once I align the seat to be perfectly straight in line with the frame tube there. And then we can tighten the seat post clamp. One thing I will warn you though, if you are designing a frame, you may want to start out by trying a few different seat post clamps after you already have the frame, so you can return them if they are too long. Because for example, if I went with 175 millimeters of travel, this would be way too high. And sure, I could push it down a little bit, but ideally you want the seat to be all the way up when it's the perfect height for you, so that you don't have to try and like finagle it when you're on the trail riding, because that would just be an absolute pain. So now we can go ahead and tighten this, and then go ahead and adjust the seat farther forward or backward, or tipped on whatever angle we want, and that'll be it for installing the seat post tube, aka the dropper post. Now just taking a 4mm Allen key, I believe is what this is, we can go ahead and tighten the little bolt for the seat post tube clamp. And this does not have to get too tight. And your seat post tube clamp will actually have a little torque specs on it in Newton meters as well. This one says no tighter than 6 Newton meters. So in that case, it's literally just slightly snug and no more. So that's all there is to it. Now we can go ahead and adjust the seat farther forward or farther back based on our liking. So that's basically something that I'm just going to kind of keep loose for now, or just kind of put in a general position there, because I have no idea what my final seat positioning will be until I ideally have the rest of the bike finished. But I just wanted to get it on there just to be able to see. So as you can see here, if I press this lever here, this dropper post will squish pretty much all the way down. And if I press the lever up, I can adjust it to whatever height I want it to be, which is a super useful feature when mountain biking, so that when you're at the top of the hill, you don't have to always be wearing out your seat post tube clamp and putting a lot of friction on your down tube here, or your seat post tube, I should say, because you'll just be able to adjust it right from this little lever here, or from a little lever at your handlebars. So a super practical thing, and definitely a worthwhile thing to do on a high-end mountain bike there. So hopefully this video did help you. If you have any other questions, comment down below. Be sure to like the video and subscribe, it really helps me out. With that, I will see you in part 13. Thanks for watching. Cheers.